Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined by the Stiff Brownie, the Intern, and the Dirtbag. Today our show is brought to you by OC Supply Group for your hose and fitting specialist needs. Come on down to Huntington Beach. And just remember, we're plugging a lot of our friends out there who are trying to help support us. So we got Aloha Grill. We got Selman Chevrolet in Orange. Great people out there. They're going to hook you up with a great Chevy. And then our boy, Matt Sloan. You got to go down to HB Toyota. Huntington Beach, greatest city in the world. And it starts with Huntington Beach Toyota. So check them out. And also, we got OC Boardroom that's supporting us, and My Place Sports Bar and Grill. Now remember to go also to our website, hbunfilteredsportstalk.com, and check out our merchandise and shop around on our website and see what you like, see what you don't like, and hit us up at info@hbunfilteredsportstalk.com. Let's start off once again with the Intern, and we're going to find out what happened this day in sports history.
Yes, so on this day in sports history, August 16, 1964, St. Louis Cardinals fielder Curt Flood gets 8 straight hits in a doubleheader against the Dodgers. 1965, the American Football League's 9th franchise is officially awarded to Joe Robbie and television star Danny Thomas, Miami Dolphins. 1997, for only the second time in Stanley Cup history, it leaves North America and heads to Russia. 2003, Cristiano Ronaldo makes his debut for Manchester United and the Premier League. 2008, we have American swimmer Michael Phelps wins his 7th of 8 gold medals in Beijing. And in 2008, Jamaican sprinter Usain Bolt sets a new world record of 9.69 seconds to win the coveted 100-meter gold medal at Beijing. And then we have some cool birthdays and death anniversaries today as well. Today is Madonna's birthday. She is 65. Happy birthday, Madonna.
Like a virgin.
Yes.
Not so much anymore.
Oh.
Leaving that one alone. James Cameron is 69 years old today. And some death anniversaries, Elvis Presley, 1977, and Babe Ruth in 1948.
Awesome.
Those are some big names right there, Elvis and Babe Ruth.
I didn't know they passed on the same day. That's amazing.
That's crazy. That's why we have this segment on this show. It's stuff like that to remind us of what
kind of cool history there is.
Yeah, what unbelievable stuff's out there, just to revisit and remember. Real quick, before we talk about Babe Ruth and go to baseball, Usain Bolt, man, was he not just the sickest athlete ever? And you know what? It looked like he wasn't even trying. Like he never ever went full out. Like I feel like if he ever went full out, he could have broken 9 seconds.
Sure.
The guy was so fast, but
he's opposite of me.
Yeah, yeah. We all were at Polk High and we ran a 4.5.
Exactly. Let's get into some baseball.
Yep.
Shall we?
Oh man, we talked about it after the trade deadline. We said. We told you, Artie, that you should have traded him, and now I think you are mathematically eliminated. Stippy B, you were saying you were giving him 0% last week after just 1 week.
Yep.
I tried to give him at least a 3% chance. Well, I think I'm there with you now. I think it's 0.
Well, they're 3-11 since the trade deadline, so.
What are the Dodgers with those picks that we said that they made and made all the right moves? What are they?
They're 13-1 since the since the trade deadline.
That's very interesting. The
And
tale of two teams only 35 miles apart.
Yep. And the thing about it is that the Dodgers look like they're having fun. Yes, winning is contagious, and that makes a lot of things fun. But the guys that they brought in, the Joe Kelly, the Kiki Hernandez, the other guys that they brought in, Rojas.
Rosario.
Or is it Rosario? Okay, Rosario.
And Rojas from Miami.
But
off-season.
All those guys, they fit in that clubhouse puzzle perfectly. And what I see out of the Angels is like Crone. He doesn't really fit.
No. Nope. You just, like we said, you replaced average with average. You took a guy like, let's say Moustakas was at first, and you plug in Crone, you move Moustakas over to third, which Urshela was there until he got hurt. So You're just replacing a guy that is the same guy
Yeah, average
with the
is
same
average.
with the same numbers. And I do like Randall Grichuk, but he's just Taylor Ward because Taylor Ward's out nursing that broken mouth that he got with that fucking fastball.
Yeah.
So it's sad because now look, the Dodgers kept every single one of their top 15 best players. They traded bottom feeders to get the guys that they needed to help make a run at the Braves. I mean, I think the Braves win it, but the Dodgers are going to have a good chance. And guess what? They're going to have the money to sign Ohtani and keep everything that they didn't have to give up.
Yep.
We're talking Dodgers Braves for the next 10 years, people.
The Braves
Get
are
used to
so
it.
good. So good, too.
Get used to it.
Every time I turn around when I'm watching a Braves game, it's a new guy. I have no idea how to pronounce their name, and they just hit bombs.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
And the sad part is it's another 10 bad years for the Angels, unfortunately. Sorry, the intern. She's a huge Angels fan, but reality is what it is, and they're not going to be good for a while.
Dirtbag, did you know that we crushed again this past weekend on our bets?
We sure did. I mean,
2 weeks in a row, guys.
just keep going against the Angels. Take the Dodgers. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah,
last week
you rip through it again, Stiffy B. You're on fire.
Last week we talked about Atlanta, Boston, and the Dodgers being the real hot teams to watch over the weekend, and they obviously crushed. This week, I want to just tell you, Atlanta, Dodgers, and Boston are still hot, but these are the teams that I'm really looking at. I'm looking at the Texas Rangers versus Milwaukee. Texas is at home. I like that. Milwaukee just kind of is just, they're not really getting it done. I like Baltimore at Oakland. Obviously, I'm going to pick on Oakland anytime I can.
Yes.
And I like the Chicago Cubs at home against the Kansas City Royals.
How about Bellinger, man?
They're starting to play good baseball there in Chicago.
Even ex-Dodgers are on fire. They let the guy go, and he's back to his MVP form.
Of course.
Classic.
Well, your cold teams are the Mets, the Yankees, the Chicago White Sox, and yes, your Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Oh, man.
So go ahead and pick whatever you'd like. Definitely look at the starting pitchers. I wouldn't bet against Ohtani if you're playing the Angels, but everybody else is fair game.
Well, hey, just so you know, too, Ohtani just scratched himself.
Oh, that's right.
He's not even allowing the doctor to say it. He just scratched himself, says, hey, I got fatigue. I'm skipping a start. So,
Well, he realizes they're out of it.
well, no. I get it, too, but it was like, I don't even know what everybody was thinking. Let's go for it. It was just a bad business decision all the way around.
How do you feel about this whole Tampa Bay situation with the alleged pedophile shortstop, and then
Yeah,
you got McHanahan, who just went down with Tommy John surgery. I mean, you're starting to watch Tampa Bay kind of. They came out gates on fire.
Yeah.
You know, they were the best team in baseball for 2 months basically, and now they're struggling just to win games or have field a healthy team for that matter.
This is probably going to be a bad pun and probably too soon, but Wander Franco is wandering a little bit too much.
Yes, he is.
Into the bad situation. Yeah, and losing Shane to a Tommy John surgery. They were already starting to lose games, but now with all this uncertainty and stuff behind the scenes, playing in obviously the worst confinements as well.
Sure.
Not that has anything to do with them winning, but the Rays are going down, the Red Sox are moving up.
Yep, and Baltimore's staying right where they're supposed to be.
Baltimore's winning the East, and I think I think they are going to be the AL representative.
They're so much fun to watch. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to watch Baltimore Orioles game, they're all young, they all hit for power, they all hustle. It's so much fun to watch.
If it's Orioles Braves or Orioles Dodgers, how awesome would that World Series be?
That'd be great. All the old Orioles, they would come back. Eddie Murray, Cal, just to throw pitches here or there. First pitches out.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I keep rooting for every year, and it was close the last couple of years. I always wanted to see the Dodgers and the Yankees play again in the World Series.
Sure.
But that's obviously not going to happen. The Yankees are a train wreck. They can't even win a game now.
I don't think Aaron Boone survives this season.
No, he's fired, and Cashman should be fired for putting together 9 guys that hit 40 homers and strike out over 200 times on the same squad.
Yeah. I agree with you there.
I don't understand what they're doing there.
Coming up this weekend is the new, the second round of the FedEx?
Yep, FedEx. Lucas Glover's on fire. He's
He
won
is
the
on fire.
last two tournaments. Guy's 43 years old. Finally putting it together, putting some wins and making some money for him and his family.
I watched a very interesting little excerpt on him. He changed his putter. And he
Okay,
went,
yeah.
And he went to like an Adam Scott style putter.
Yeah.
And ever since he's changed that putter, he doesn't push anything. And that was his problem. He was pushing like 2-3 foot putts.
Right. Now he's in the top 10 on the tour on the once he makes it in regulations on the green. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's killing it. I don't think he goes for 3 in a row though. The guy is, remember, he is getting up there, and the pressure's got to be building up for him. So I'd be shocked if he's in the top 5 this week. He's got to cool off. I am going to stick with the guy who's right on the verge of winning though, Patrick Cantlay.
I like that call.
I like Cantlay. I like Spieth. I like Fleetwood. Fleetwood's been consistent all season long, and then no, there really isn't a long shot in these playoffs because it's only your top tier players. But I will throw out a guy by the name of Sam Burns
I like that.
because I think he plays this course well in the past. So I'm going with that as my long shot.
So Cantley's plus 1,000, Fleetwood's plus 2,000, Jordan Spieth plus 2,650, and Sam Burns is considered your long shot at plus 4,800.
Well, you know me, I'll always try to go for the
winners.
winner.
And
But
I'll always,
for you viewers,
Yeah.
do what Stiffy B says. Take the top 10 or top 5.
top 5, top 10, top 20. And the guy that I'm going to take this week, just to have a little skin in the game, is Victor Hovland. And for him to win outright, he's at plus 1,650. But I'm going to take him top 5, top 10, and top
The
20.
Norwegian, I like it. Straight out of Oklahoma State, guy's a stud.
Where is the BMW championship?
It's
Do you know?
in Illinois, I think.
Okay, great. A little
Yeah.
Midwest action. A little
Yeah.
humid.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be humid for sure. I can't believe how humid it's been here.
Yeah, it has been a little
Jeez.
more.
What else we got on the slate here? We got obviously more preseason football that's boring as hell to watch. It's very hard to watch actually.
Have you been watching any of that Hard Knocks?
I have not yet, and you know what? I want to watch that because they got the perfect team.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, them signing Dalvin Cook. You want to talk about a loaded backfield? They have Dalvin Cook. They got Breece Hall, who was on pace to be Rookie of the Year at running back last year until he went down with an ACL. He comes back. He's healthy. They got Michael Carter Jr. They got another guy that they got from they drafted out of North Carolina. I forget offhand. I want to say like Knight. And then they also have Travis Dye, and they got the running back, the ACC back-to-back year rushing leader out of Pittsburgh, Awanaka. I don't even know how to say his name. I'm not even going to cross-check that or fact-check it. Anyways, doesn't matter. He's like 5th or 6th. But that's how deep they are. They have 5 to 6 backs. Some of these guys are going to have to be put on the practice squad because I don't think you roll with 6 running backs.
They have a lot of offense. They got a lot of receivers. Obviously, one of the best quarterbacks in the game.
The only thing they got to worry about is that offensive line.
Yeah.
That's the only. Well, the Jets have 2 things. They got the offensive line, and I'm not sure how strong they are at tight end, but they definitely have an awesome defense. And then the other thing that's going to kind of hamper them a little bit, they have a very tough schedule.
Yes. But you know what? I feel like because of where Rodgers came from in Green Bay without having any type of offensive line, I mean, what's just a little better than terrible?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you know, we're not asking for the world out of him.
Hey,
I just need a little bit more time than terrible.
I'm glad you brought up Aaron Rodgers real quick because I'm one of the biggest Aaron Rodgers haters. I just couldn't stand this guy when he was at Green Bay, but man, he seems like a little kid playing for the Jets. He's all happy now. He's running around. He's smiling. He's not so uptight in his interviews. He's giving up money to try to make the team better. He's wanting to stay instead of talking about retiring. Like, I mean, the guy's totally flipped and changed.
Well, that's what happens when your management doesn't try to screw you over every single draft year.
I mean, seriously, who would want to go to Green Bay after hearing how Rodgers is being treated and likes playing, in New York
Yeah.
City in the Big Apple. I mean, he hasn't even played a game yet, and he's becoming a Joe Namath legend already.
If you get a chance to
Superstar
watch
walking
any,
around.
If you get a chance to watch any of the Hard Knocks, what his fellow players say about him is amazing. Like, talk about just some like really good, wholesome comments about how great of a guy he is, how he takes, he looks after him, he helps
Yeah.
him out in this way and that way. Nothing that he is normally. One of the linemen said, he's so cool that it doesn't even make sense what we've heard in the past. Like, it's so opposite of how he is on this team, and so that's great to
Yeah.
hear, because he's always been kind of the villain, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been a selfish, ego-driven guy. Well, it's coming to light that he's not really like that.
Yeah, and just.
But maybe he had to be that way at Green Bay because they were always screwing him over every single time he turned around.
Well, to double down on what you're talking about, case in point, they take Jordan Love, and what is he? He's cold shoulder. He doesn't. I'm not going to teach you. You can learn on your own. As soon as he goes to the Jets, Zach Wilson, yeah, what do you need, bud? You need help? Yeah, here, let's make you better. Let's do this. Let's do that. It is strange how he's completely changed the tune, and maybe it is, management, and that's.
How long ago was that draft for Jordan Love? 5 seasons ago?
Yeah, I was
I mean-
talking about this with a friend the other day. I don't get drafting, taking a number one guy when you have a number one guy and he's going to sit and hold a clipboard for 3, 4, 5 years. It's a waste.
It's not Steve Young.
It's an absolute waste. Your first round pick is a top dog in the NFL. And remember, like these running backs are being treated, you only have a short shelf life
Yeah.
in the NFL. You're only going to play 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 years. I'm not going to let it waste away 4 years on the bench to start it.
For sure.
You
I
take
totally
a guy,
agree.
you take a first rounder, he better start either side of that ball.
Well, we'll get back into this next week.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody.
And we're going to be holding on to or having more longer segments coming up because we're going to have more to talk about, which will be awesome.
Make those bets.
Dog Days.